the consumers are not supporting as much as the political leadership was expecting the EV ramp up. And the consumers, they are very clear in what they expect from us.
Carlos Tavares, CEO of Stellantis, has just made a move that's sending shockwaves through the automotive world. In a decision that no one saw coming, Stellantis has officially halted production of two of Jeep's iconic models, the Wrangler and the Grand Cherokee. For a brand synonymous with adventure, ruggedness, and the open road, this is a seismic shift. Fans and industry insiders alike are left wondering, why would Stellantis pull back on the very models that symbolize Jeep's legacy? Social media is already buzzing, with hashtags like Jeep shut down and Stellantis shock trending as people try to make sense of this decision. Jeep fans are in disbelief, wondering if this marks the beginning of a fundamental change for the brand. Meanwhile, automotive experts are weighing in, speculating on the implications this could have, not just for Jeep, but for the entire industry. Dealerships and employees are caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty, bracing for the impact on sales and job security. To understand the gravity of this decision, we need to consider what Jeep represents. Since its inception, Jeep has been more than just a vehicle. It's a lifestyle, a promise of rugged independence and freedom. The Wrangler and the Grand Cherokee are two models that have defined this brand, capturing the hearts of adventure seekers worldwide. By halting their production, Stellantis isn't just making a business move, they're challenging Jeep's identity and risking the brand loyalty that took decades to build. Inside Stellantis' decision. According to Carlos Tavares, this decision wasn't made lightly. Describing it as a strategic realignment, Tavares hinted that the company needs to shift its focus in response to market conditions. Stellantis claims it's addressing a significant production adjustment, an industry term that's left many guessing. What does this adjustment mean, and why would Stellantis make such a drastic change? Sales numbers reveal part of the answer. Over the past year, both the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee have experienced concerning declines. In the first half of 2024 alone, Wrangler sales dropped by 33%, while Grand Cherokee sales declined by nearly 19%. These numbers indicate that consumer interest in these models has waned, potentially due to market saturation, changing tastes, or even economic factors. For Stellantis, continuing production without addressing these declines could lead to even greater losses. Beyond individual model performance, Stellantis is feeling the pressure of a broader financial dip. Across its US lineup, Stellantis recorded a sales decline of 21%. In a market as competitive as the automotive industry, a dip of this magnitude isn't just a minor setback, it's a wake-up call. Investors and analysts are scrutinizing the company's every move, expecting it to make bold decisions that will stabilize its finances. For Stellantis, this production halt is likely a preemptive measure to control costs, focus on profitability, and avoid a financial slide. Excess inventory and its consequences. The story doesn't end with declining sales. It also involves an alarming inventory buildup. As of August 2024, US dealerships are holding an excess of Jeep stock, reportedly over 4 months worth compared to the industry standard of about 68 days. For Stellantis, this isn't just an inconvenience. It's a red flag indicating a major disconnect between production output and consumer demand. When vehicles sit unsold for too long, they tie up cash and resources that Stellantis could use elsewhere. This inventory crisis is also creating financial strain for dealerships. Many dealerships use a financing method called floor planning to keep vehicles on their lots, essentially taking out loans to finance their inventory. When cars sit unsold for months, dealerships face escalating interest payments on these loans, adding financial stress with each passing day. Picture a dealership lot packed with unsold Wranglers and Grand Cherokees, accumulating costs without bringing in revenue. It's a recipe for financial strain, both for Stellantis and for individual dealerships trying to stay afloat. High inventory levels don't just affect dealership profits, they disrupt cash flow. Dealerships need liquidity to cover operational costs like salaries, utilities, and rent. When too much cash is tied up in unsold inventory, meeting these expenses becomes increasingly difficult. Stellantis' decision to halt production aims to give dealerships breathing room, helping them clear out excess stock without piling on more financial stress. However, this pause raises questions. Is it a temporary fix or part of a longer-term strategy? Realigning Jeep's market positioning. One reason Stellantis is struggling to sell its Jeep models may lie in Jeep's pricing strategy. Models like the Wrangler and the Compass are priced higher than many of their competitors in the SUV market. For potential buyers, these higher prices don't always seem justified, especially as consumers face rising costs of living. Many are left questioning the value proposition of a Jeep over a more affordable and fuel-efficient option, particularly when other brands offer similar features at a more competitive price, with brands like Honda and Toyota offering alternatives like the CR-V and RAV4, models that are affordable, reliable, and come with high resale values. Jeep is facing tough competition. Younger buyers, especially those who prioritize affordability and practicality, may feel Jeep's prices push it out of reach. This pricing strategy has resulted in extended sales cycles, leaving more vehicles on dealership lots, unsold and gathering dust. For Stellantis, halting production could be more than a cost-saving measure. It's an opportunity to reevaluate Jeep's positioning in the market. By taking a step back, Stellantis may look to adjust pricing or improve Jeep's value proposition, making it more accessible for today's cost-conscious consumers. This pause could be Stellantis' chance to find a balance between maintaining Jeep's rugged premium image and offering a product that meets the expectations of modern buyers. Jeep's quality control and brand perception. Jeep's rugged image has long been a core part of its brand, symbolizing toughness, adventure, and reliability. However, recent issues with quality control have started to tarnish that reputation. Over the past few years, there have been several recalls affecting models like the Wrangler, with problems ranging from mechanical issues to safety concerns. For a brand that markets itself as tough and dependable, these quality concerns present a significant problem, making consumers question whether Jeep's vehicles can deliver on their promises. When customers start to associate a brand with recalls and reliability issues, it can do lasting damage. For Jeep, maintaining consumer trust is essential. Potential buyers may hesitate to purchase a Jeep if they believe it might come with a host of future maintenance issues, leading to a drop in customer loyalty. Stellantis' decision to halt production provides a critical window for reassessing Jeep's quality standards, potentially restoring confidence in the brand's commitment to durability. Jeep's reputation for durability is one of its key selling points, attracting loyal buyers who are drawn to its off-road capabilities and rugged appeal. For Stellantis, refocusing on quality could strengthen Jeep's brand and attract both returning and new customers who value reliability. Improving quality control won't just help Jeep in the short term, it could build long-term brand loyalty, creating a loyal customer base that becomes an essential part of Jeep's community and culture. Strategic repositioning and market realignment. Stellantis' production halt might allow the company to rethink Jeep's market positioning. By pausing production, Stellantis has a chance to reflect on what Jeep's core customers really want: accessible, reliable vehicles that stay true to the brand's adventurous roots. This strategic pause could be a turning point, enabling Jeep to return to producing vehicles that cater directly to its base, those seeking durability, capability, and a sense of rugged freedom. In recent years, younger buyers have become a rapidly growing segment in the SUV market, often looking for affordability, fuel efficiency, and tech features. However, Jeep's current pricing strategy has put it out of reach for many in this demographic. Stellantis could use this production halt to reassess its offerings, potentially introducing entry-level models or expanding hybrid options. By tapping into this younger market, Jeep could broaden its appeal and capture a new generation of loyal customers. Expanding Jeep's lineup to include smaller, more affordable SUVs or hybrid models could bring a breath of fresh air to the brand. With an eco-conscious audience growing, offering a Jeep that's both sustainable and adventure-ready could position the brand as a relevant choice for consumers who prioritize both affordability and environmental responsibility. This strategic pivot could help Stellantis to recast Jeep as a lifestyle brand that meets the needs of today's adventurous, eco-conscious consumers. Learning from industry giants, Jeep isn't the first major automotive brand to face a crisis. In the early 2000s, Ford found itself in a challenging position, with skyrocketing fuel prices leading consumers to demand more fuel-efficient vehicles. Facing excess inventory and declining sales, Ford took a hard look at its product lineup, ultimately realigning its offerings to include smaller, more efficient cars while scaling back production on larger vehicles. This move, combined with aggressive promotions and production adjustments, helped Ford regain market share and appeal to a changing consumer base. Stellantis could draw lessons from Ford's adaptability in times of change, understanding that sometimes a pivot is necessary to secure long-term success. In 2008, General Motors faced one of the toughest challenges in automotive history. As the financial crisis hit, GM was weighed down by unsold vehicles, high debts, and declining consumer interest. However, GM's ability to restructure and reallocate resources toward more profitable segments helped it emerge stronger. By embracing fuel-efficient and electric vehicles, GM positioned itself as a forward-thinking company prepared for the future. Stellantis can take inspiration from GM's resilience and openness to adapt, knowing that strategic reallocation of resources can pave the way for long-term growth. Nissan's experience provides another perspective on how to adapt to shifting consumer preferences. In response to growing demand for SUVs and EVs, Nissan diversified its lineup, creating more crossover models while also launching the popular Nissan Leaf. This move allowed Nissan to remain competitive, meeting customer needs for affordability and environmental responsibility. Stellantis may see Nissan's adaptability as a model for introducing entry-level and sustainable options to Jeep's lineup, helping it compete in a crowded market with a range of choices that suit consumer preferences. Stellantis' potential future directions. One of Stellantis' biggest challenges is managing production levels to avoid excess inventory. Overproduction has led to a glut of vehicles sitting idle, tying up resources and hindering cash flow. Stellantis can use this moment to fine-tune its production strategy, ensuring that future output aligns more closely with actual market demand. This recalibration will be crucial in preventing the inventory issues that have plagued Stellantis, allowing the company to stabilize its operations and financials. Stellantis has a prime opportunity to improve Jeep's quality by investing in its manufacturing processes and quality assurance measures. For Jeep to continue standing out as a trusted brand, its vehicles need to meet the high standards consumers expect. Investing in better quality control processes will help Jeep reclaim its reputation for durability and performance. When Jeep drivers are confident in their vehicle's quality, they're more likely to become repeat buyers and brand advocates. To attract a broader audience, Stellantis could consider expanding Jeep's lineup. Adding smaller, fuel-efficient or hybrid models could appeal to younger, environmentally conscious consumers who are eager for adventure but unwilling to pay high prices. Additionally, offering models at different price points could broaden Jeep's appeal, allowing the brand to capture a wider range of consumers while maintaining its reputation as a symbol of adventure and freedom. For Stellantis, repositioning Jeep may require a reassessment of pricing and value proposition. Consumers today are increasingly budget conscious, with many expecting high-quality features and reliability at an accessible price. By adjusting its pricing and potentially introducing financing options, Stellantis could make Jeep more attainable for those who admire the brand's legacy but have hesitated due to cost concerns. Broader economic implications. Stellantis' decision doesn't just affect the company, it has broader economic implications, particularly for local communities that rely on Jeep production and sales. In cities where Jeep has a significant manufacturing presence, jobs connected to Jeep's production and supply chain contribute to local economies. With the halt in production, many are left wondering how it will affect the livelihoods of factory workers, suppliers, and related businesses. If this production pause extends for too long, local economies could feel the strain, especially in areas where Jeep facilities are primary job providers. The production halt also impacts Stellantis' suppliers, including those providing parts specifically for Jeep models like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee. These suppliers have contracts and commitments tied to the production of these vehicles. With production scaled back, many may need to adjust their own operations, potentially reducing hours or staffing to reflect the decreased demand. For Stellantis, this move requires close coordination with suppliers to ensure they can scale up production again when the company decides to resume, avoiding supply chain disruptions that could affect future operations. Local governments often provide incentives to automotive companies in exchange for job creation and economic development. With Stellantis reducing Jeep production, some of these incentives may come under scrutiny as government officials reassess support for an automaker shifting its production strategy. If this shift reduces jobs or slows economic activity in key regions, Stellantis could face challenges renewing government incentives, potentially impacting the company's operational flexibility and costs in these areas. Dealership challenges and financial strain. Dealerships are under particular strain from Stellantis inventory issues, as many rely on floor plan financing to keep vehicles on their lots. With unsold vehicles piling up, the interest payments on these loans continue to increase, creating a financial burden for dealers. Essentially, every unsold Wrangler or Grand Cherokee represents an ongoing expense without generating revenue, making it hard for dealerships to maintain profitability. Dealerships also face a cash flow issue. For dealers, liquidity is essential to cover everyday operational costs, from payroll to utilities to marketing. When too much cash is tied up in inventory that's slow to move, dealers have less flexibility to invest in other areas of their business, like staff training or new marketing campaigns. Stellantis' production halt offers dealers a temporary reprieve, helping them offload current stock, but the overall strain on dealerships may require long-term support to ensure they remain financially viable. To alleviate the inventory problem, Stellantis could launch targeted promotions or offer incentives to help dealers sell their current stock. Discounts, trade-in bonuses, or financing deals could make the remaining Wranglers and Grand Cherokees more appealing to buyers, potentially accelerating sales and reducing financial pressure on dealerships. This approach not only supports dealers, but could also attract customers looking for a deal, improving the brand's reach and engagement with consumers who might not otherwise consider Jeep. Consumer behavior and shifts in market demand. The consumer preferences are shifting, especially among younger buyers who are prioritizing affordability, fuel efficiency, and value over luxury or brand prestige. With rising living costs and an increase in budget-conscious shopping behaviors, buyers are less willing to pay premium prices for vehicles unless they see a clear value proposition. For Jeep, which has traditionally positioned itself as a rugged premium brand, this shift presents a challenge. How can it maintain its adventurous appeal while meeting the expectations of cost-sensitive consumers? Alongside affordability, there's also an increasing demand for eco-friendly vehicles. Today's consumers are more aware than ever of the environmental impact of their choices, and many prefer brands that show a commitment to sustainability. For Jeep, introducing hybrid or electric models could help attract eco-conscious buyers who want adventure-ready vehicles without the environmental footprint. Stellantis' production pause might be the perfect time to explore how Jeep could integrate more sustainable options into its lineup, appealing to consumers who want both capability and sustainability. The automotive industry is more competitive than ever, with many brands vying for the attention of budget-conscious, eco-friendly consumers. Brands like Honda and Toyota have already responded with fuel-efficient and affordable SUVs, leaving Jeep to play catch-up. For Stellantis, this shift in market dynamics calls for a careful re-evaluation of Jeep's value proposition, ensuring it remains competitive without alienating its loyal customer base. Jeep will need to innovate while staying true to the elements that make it unique: ruggedness, reliability, and off-road capability. Jeep's sustainability goals. With the global emphasis on reducing carbon footprints and encouraging sustainable practices, Stellantis' decision to halt EV production for Jeep may draw criticism from environmental advocates. EVs are increasingly seen as essential for reducing emissions, and Jeep's exit from EV production could be viewed as a step backward in terms of environmental responsibility. As eco-conscious consumers seek out brands with a strong sustainability ethos, Jeep risks losing traction among buyers who prioritize green options. Despite the current production halt, Stellantis could still introduce more sustainable options for Jeep in the future. Hybrid or electric Jeep models could allow the brand to maintain its rugged identity while addressing consumer demand for greener alternatives. Imagine an electric Wrangler that's just as capable off-road but has a minimal environmental impact. A model like this could redefine Jeep's legacy in a way that resonates with today's eco-conscious consumer. If Stellantis can successfully introduce sustainable models, Jeep could position itself as an eco-conscious brand that doesn't compromise on adventure. By marketing Jeeps as vehicles that allow consumers to explore nature while preserving it, Stellantis could redefine Jeep's image and appeal to consumers who seek both ruggedness and responsibility. A shift toward greener models would allow Jeep to maintain its market share while building a new narrative around sustainability. Strategic opportunities and future directions. One of Stellantis' biggest takeaways from the current situation is the importance of aligning production levels with market demand. Overproduction has been costly, tying up resources and creating cash flow issues. Stellantis has the chance to recalibrate its production strategy, ensuring output matches consumer demand. By doing so, it can prevent inventory problems, reduce waste, and stabilize financials in the long run. Stellantis could also focus on improving Jeep's quality and durability to restore restore its reputation as a reliable brand. Increased investment in quality control would reassure consumers and help build a loyal customer base. If Stellantis positions Jeep as a brand that delivers on its promises of durability, it could appeal to consumers who value longevity and reliability, reducing the need for costly recalls and customer dissatisfaction in the future. To expand its customer base, Stellantis might consider introducing more accessible, entry-level models or diversifying its lineup with eco-friendly options. Smaller SUVs, hybrids, or even compact off-roaders could attract younger buyers and city dwellers who seek Jeep's rugged appeal but need a vehicle that fits their lifestyle and budget. This adaptation would allow Stellantis to stay competitive while meeting the needs of today's diverse consumer landscape. The path forward for Stellantis and Jeep. For Stellantis, the key to Jeep's future lies in balancing its adventurous, rugged brand with a new focus on affordability and practicality. By refining its offerings to reflect consumer needs while retaining Jeep's unique qualities, Stellantis could make Jeep accessible to a broader audience without diluting its brand essence. This approach requires a careful balancing act, ensuring Jeep remains recognizable while meeting the expectations of modern consumers. Today's consumers are increasingly looking to support brands that prioritize sustainability and social responsibility. Stellantis can capitalize on this shift by incorporating eco-friendly models into Jeep's lineup, showing a commitment to environmental stewardship without compromising on performance. This focus on sustainability could help Jeep stand out in a crowded market, appealing to consumers who want a brand they can trust to support their values. As Jeep faces a pivotal moment in its journey, Stellantis has the opportunity to create a new legacy. By addressing quality concerns, embracing sustainability, and adapting to consumer demand, Stellantis could set Jeep on a path that honors its heritage while embracing the future. This legacy won't just be about vehicles, it will be about Jeep's role in redefining what it means to be an adventure-ready, responsible, and forward-thinking brand in the 21st century. The strategic repositioning of Jeep. To appeal to a broader audience, Stellantis could consider re-evaluating Jeep's pricing strategy. Introducing flexible financing options or even offering subscription services could make Jeep more accessible without drastically altering its pricing structure. By allowing consumers to drive a Jeep without the high upfront costs, Stellantis can make the brand's adventurous spirit more attainable. This approach could appeal to younger buyers who are interested in Jeep's rugged appeal but may be deterred by high price tags. As Stellantis moves forward, maintaining a strong relationship with its dealership network will be essential. Dealerships are on the front lines, engaging directly with customers and facing the financial pressures of floor plan financing. By offering targeted incentives or temporary financial relief, Stellantis can ensure its dealers are equipped to clear out inventory and stabilize cash flow. This support could also help Stellantis maintain a positive brand presence, as dealerships remain vital in building consumer trust and loyalty. Jeep's fan base is one of its greatest assets, with a passionate community that spans generations. Stellantis could strengthen brand loyalty by fostering more direct engagement with this community. From online forums to social media campaigns, encouraging customers to share their Jeep adventures can reinforce the brand's rugged appeal. Stellantis might also consider exclusive events or loyalty programs that reward longtime Jeep owners, turning loyal customers into brand ambassadors who inspire others to join the Jeep family. Embracing innovation and future technologies. Jeep's future could also involve a strong focus on advanced technology, including autonomous driving and connected car features. For today's tech-savvy consumers, these innovations are increasingly expected in new vehicles. By integrating more smart technology, Stellantis can make Jeep's lineup more appealing to those who value both adventure and convenience. Autonomous features that enhance off-road capabilities, for example, could take Jeep's brand appeal to a new level, offering unique experiences that rival traditional driving. For Stellantis, rethinking Jeep's approach to eco-friendly options could be crucial. Hybrid and electric models would allow Jeep to enter the green vehicle market without sacrificing performance. An electric Wrangler, for instance, could redefine off-road driving, delivering the quietness and torque that electric engines provide, qualities that might elevate the off-road experience. By investing in these technologies, Stellantis can position Jeep as a leader in eco-conscious adventure, appealing to a growing audience of environmentally conscious drivers. To accelerate innovation, Stellantis could consider partnerships with tech companies that specialize in autonomous and electric technology. Collaborations with companies like Google, Apple, or established EV leaders could fast-track Jeep's tech integration, giving it a competitive edge. By teaming up with tech experts experts, Stellantis can bring cutting-edge features to Jeep models without building all the technology in-house, allowing for faster rollouts and a more advanced lineup, positioning Jeep for future market trends. While Jeep is traditionally associated with off-road adventures, there's a growing market for vehicles that combine rugged capability with urban convenience. Stellantis could introduce compact, city-friendly models that retain Jeep's adventurous image, but are tailored for urban landscapes. These models could appeal to city dwellers who want a vehicle that's as reliable on weekend getaways as it is in daily city driving. Such an expansion could broaden Jeep's customer base, adding versatility to the brand without compromising its adventurous core. Jeep has a strong presence in the US, but expanding its reach into new markets could help stabilize its sales and mitigate domestic market fluctuations. By introducing models designed for specific regional preferences, Stellantis could increase Jeep's appeal globally. Emerging markets in Asia and South America, where demand for affordable SUVs is rising, present opportunities for Stellantis to adapt Jeep's offerings for a more diverse audience. This global approach could position Jeep as a versatile brand with a strong appeal across different cultures and driving environments. Jeep's unique appeal lies in its community-oriented identity, and Stellantis could deepen this connection by emphasizing Jeep's role in creating a sense of belonging. Events, loyalty programs, and even branded merchandise could foster a stronger relationship between Jeep and its fans. Community building efforts would help Stellantis ensure that Jeep is more than just a vehicle. It's a lifestyle, a symbol of adventure, and a community of like-minded enthusiasts. Strengthening this identity could make Jeep resilient to market changes, with loyal customers who see the brand as part of their personal identity. The path forward and Jeep's new legacy. Stellantis' recent production halt offers an important lesson. Adapting to change is essential for survival. For Jeep, this is a moment to reflect on its legacy and determine what it wants to be in a rapidly evolving automotive industry. By learning from past challenges, both its own and those faced by competitors, Stellantis can use this moment to shape Jeep's future in a way that respects its history while embracing innovation. As consumer expectations shift, Jeep's commitment to sustainability and quality will be critical. For Jeep to thrive, Stellantis must ensure that future models are reliable, eco-friendly, and representative of the rugged adventure that Jeep stands for. By investing in these areas, Stellantis can redefine Jeep's identity as a brand that's tough, responsible, and built to last. This approach not only preserves Jeep's heritage, but also aligns it with the values of today's discerning consumers. Jeep plays a key role in Stellantis' overall strategy, representing an opportunity to capture a unique segment of the market that values both adventure and responsibility. By positioning Jeep as a forward-thinking brand that leads in quality, sustainability, and innovation, Stellantis can leverage Jeep's unique appeal to strengthen its position in the industry. Jeep's journey could be a blueprint for Stellantis' other brands, showing how a traditional automaker can evolve without losing sight of its core identity. The road ahead for Stellantis and Jeep. As Jeep stands at this crossroads, Stellantis has the chance to redefine what the brand represents. This moment isn't just about production adjustments, it's an opportunity to set Jeep on a path that balances tradition with innovation. Will Jeep become a brand that leads the way in eco-friendly adventure vehicles, or will it remain a symbol of classic ruggedness? This decision could reshape Jeep's legacy, determining how it fits into the future of the auto industry. And now, it's over to you. Do you think Stellantis can successfully reposition Jeep without losing its iconic identity? Will Jeep become a leader in adventure and sustainability, or will it face challenges adapting to a new era? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Jeep's journey forward is just beginning, and your perspective could be part of the conversation as the automotive landscape evolves.